Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video episode on the Forgotten Weapons Library. I'm Ian, and today we're taking a look at a book on volcanic firearms by Edmund and Stephen Rutter. The book is appropriately titled Volcanic Firearms, the predecessor to the Winchester rifle. And real nice, glossy hardcover, almost a combination between a collector's guide and a coffee table book. The Volcanic was an early arms company that preceded Smith & Wesson, preceded Henry, and was making lever-action firearms, initially pistols, and in fact more pistols than rifles. With instead of the big lever that we normally are used to seeing, they have a single ring for one finger operating the lever as you fire the gun. They were a real interesting early kind of side detour of firearms design, because while the Henry developed from them, the volcanic pistol itself kind of petered out and didn't go anywhere. So let's take a look inside here and check out the really cool array of glossy color pictures this book has.
So you really get a taste for the photography right from the very front cover, but let's take a look inside here. So first of all, just for anyone who thinks that older guns like this, 1830s, 1840s, 1850s are boring, check out that. How often do you see a gun that actually has a rack and pinion in it? That's just cool. It is actually the Jennings rifle. It's one of the early predecessors to the Volcanic, and that's where this book starts off. It's going to move on. We're going to talk a bunch about Volcanic pistols, also Smith & Wesson pistols. It's a chapter on the ammunition and its development. The ammunition was a major component in the whole idea of the Volcanic, because the Volcanic was developed before there were self-contained brass cartridges. So the very earliest types of guns used a projectile like this with a hollow base with powder and a priming compound built basically into the projectile. You might think of it as a very early gyrojet sort of deal. One of the other things, in addition to pictures of very cool engraved or just excellent condition early handguns, the book also has quite a few either cutaway drawings or pictures with actions open, so that you can really get a sense for how these mechanisms work. See if I can get a little bit of the glare away there. There we go. So, not to make too much of a hint, but if someone happened to want to make their own copy of one of these guns, some of these pictures would be an excellent place to start. There's a couple more pictures showing some of the engraving that you'll see in here. There is, in fact, also a chapter on Volcanics and Smith & Wesson pistols that have particularly interesting stories to them that are known. For example, we have pistols here that were owned by King Farouk I of Egypt, some owned by specific military figures. And then at the end, we have a bunch of advertising copy. So interesting to read, interesting to take a look at the pictures and see how they advertised pistols like this back at this time period.
So as you can see, it's a very nicely put together book, all glossy, very nice color photography. And this book would be equally at home on your reference library shelf or sitting out on your coffee table where guests or anyone can peruse it at their leisure and really get an eyeful of the really cool looking engraved guns that Volcanic made. So if this is your thing, if this is the sort of firearm that you're really interested in, I'd say go ahead and pick up a copy. If it's a passing interest, $50 is an awfully expensive book for a passing interest, but you never know. So we have a link to it at Amazon. Check it out. Pick up a copy if it's your thing. Thanks for watching.